Happy to be here, happy to be amongst you. So nice to be with some of my students that are growing up, getting taller than I am, growing, sitting down, learning. Whoa. I didn't recognize you at first. Yeah? Baruch Hashem, Moshe. But it's a pleasure, mamash. It's such a joy to see you guys grow, to see you guys investing in yourself, seeing you guys taking the time to really, see. Now it's the time. Really, it's the best years of your life that you're able. We don't realize it now, but in years and years later on, you're going to say, "Wow, the rabbi, the guy that came to speak at that night, he was right." And I'm sure you hear it from here as well. It's the best years. Invest in yourself. All right. One time, there's a guy walking into a pet store. Walks into a pet store. It was interesting to buy a parrot. A nice, maybe one of those big ones, talking parrots, right? So he goes and he sees one big one like that, very, very nice. Says to tell me how much this one? So it's a very expensive. That one is $2,000. $2,000? Why? What does he do? He says, well, that one to that. That one, he tells you, you say hi, you say hi back. You say good morning, you say good morning back. Wow, amazing. How much is this one? Oh, that one is $4,000. What does he do? Oh, that one, he throws you sentences. He says, how are you? He says, good. How you doing? Right? You say, good morning, good morning. But he answers back. He said, how was your day? Wow. You can actually talk to him. How much is that one? That one is $10,000. Wow. Mao said, what is this one doing? Nothing. He says, well, so why is this so expensive? He says, because without him, the other two don't do anything. Understand? Without the third one, the other two, they don't speak a word. Because he's their companion. So therefore, then you need the third one. And that's why even though he does nothing, he's the most expensive one. You see, there is a partnership. A partnership. 3 partners, just like those 3 parrots. You, the Zohar HaKadosh says, Israel, Kutshabrichu, Veoraita. You, the Torah, and HaKadosh Baruch Hu. We all have to be together. Not one of us doesn't work without the other. And that translates in many, many different things. Meaning, if you, Israel, means not just you, all of us. You and I and him, wherever he is, wherever the other person is at, you care about them. Also, the Torah. The Torah, if you care about keeping all the Torah and mitzvot, like it says in this week parasha, Yaakov Avinu sends angels to Esav. And the angels, he says to Esav, he doesn't say, you know what it is to send an angel? Rabbi Israel Avergel came to us a few days ago. He says that the size of the smallest angel is 2/3 of the world. That's the size of an angel. You know what it is to send an angel? Scary. Are you able to send me angels to go tell me hi? He sends him angels. Now, if I was you, if I was Yaakov, I'm sending angels to Esav, I would tell him, listen, don't mess with me. I got to look at my backup. I have 3 malachim. I send you malachim. I send you angels. What does it say to him? No, im Lavan garti. Listen, I lived with Lavan. Taryag mitzvot shamarti. Garti, same letters. Garti, Taryag, 613. He says, listen, I lived with Lavan. I kept all the Torah. I kept all the mitzvot. So that's the second thing. You have to be connected to each other, and then you have to have the Torah also with you. And then that goes without saying, is with HaKadosh Baruch Hu. If you look at last week parasha, it says, Vayetze Yaakov mi Be'er Shava. Yaakov gets out of Be'er Shava. He gets out where he lived. His father and mother told him, go to Haran, go get yourself a wife, where Rivka, his mother, came from. Go there. And then he goes and he has the dream. But what does the pasuk say after he has a dream when he goes to Haran? What is the words? Anyone know? Vayisa Yaakov et raglav. Who can translate that? What's it mean? Vayisa Yaakov et raglav. And Yaakov lifted his legs. You see someone that lifts his leg? You know when someone lifts his leg? Is when he's so happy. His body is like floating. Vayisa Yaakov et raglav. Before Vayetze, he goes out, you know. But after Hashem reveals himself, tells him, listen, I'm with you. Go there, I'm with you. I'm going to protect you. Vayisa Yaakov et raglav. When you with HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Those three things always have to be together. And I tell you how powerful this is. This is very, very, very powerful. I'm going back to last week parasha. When Yaakov Avinu goes to sleep, it says Vayalin b'makom ha'u, right? It says he slept in that place. Now if I say, Moshe, you went to sleep, where did you go to sleep last night? What address? Oh, it was over there. Thank you so much. Let's write it in the Torah. Moshe Goren went to sleep in that address. What do I care? What do I care where you went to sleep? What do I care that you went to sleep? Of course you went to sleep, of course, right? What do I care that he went to sleep? So the Torah doesn't just tell us stories, right? The Torah is telling us he went to sleep there. That means there is a reason for us, for you, Nathaniel, to you to know, for now and on, that is the place, there is a reason why he went to sleep over there. So there's a famous Rashi that says 14 years he didn't sleep when he was learning in the yeshiva. He didn't go directly. 14 years he was learning in the yeshiva. Can you not sleep for 14 years? Yeah. No. The Gemara says, if you say, I didn't sleep for 3 days, ze shakran. He's a liar. Can't be. You have to sleep even a little bit. 3 days you cannot go without it. So Yaakov Avinu went to sleep. He went to sleep. But he didn't go to sleep. He fell asleep. There's a famous story with Rabbi Chaim Kanievsky, Zecher Tzadik Livracha, that his daughter once, she used to see him when she comes out. He was the greatest Gedolim and Tzadikim that we have in this past generation. He just died recently, very, very recently. And everyone, I remember when I went personally, I grew up in Eretz Israel, I grew up in a not religious moshav at all. We're the only religious family in the moshav. And we were, in Hebrew we say the chol. You know what's a chol? It's like the end of nowhere, right? We were 5 kilometers, 10 kilometers from the border of Egypt, by the Sinai Desert, at the edge there. I used to travel 45 minutes every morning to go to more religious school, Mamlachti Dati. So when we went in the Shemitah year, we moved to Rehovot for just a year. In the second year we stayed, my father wanted to put me instead of a very modern Orthodox into it's called Talmud Torah. And the Talmud Torah, the priest didn't want to accept me. Rabbi Menachem Weiss didn't want to accept me. He didn't want. He says, no, this boy is, doesn't fit for him. This is more religious kids. So my father insisted, and they went to Rabbi Chaim Kanievsky to ask him a question, whether they should accept me or not. It happened to be that the principal, Menachem Weiss, didn't have children for almost 19 years, I think it was. And at the same time, he went to Chaim Kanievsky. Chaim Kanievsky told him, accept this kid, me, and I'll give you a bracha, you're going to have a child next year. And he had a boy next year. Oh Hashem. So, there was one time a story, Chaim Kanievsky he would learn Torah for like hours and hours and hours straight. So one time his daughter, if you ever went to his house, like you come out she comes out to a little room like this big, table over here, the books, right? I think there was a little couch over there, and that's it. And that's you coming out. So his daughter, every day she would come out in the morning, almost every morning. She would see him on a table like this, sitting with the book open, and his head would fall asleep on the Gemara, on the book, right? So she said, you know what? I think a good gift for him would be, I'm going to make him a little pillow. When he gets tired, he's going to put his head on a pillow. She said, Abba, put your pillow right there. It's going to be better for your neck. It's not going to hurt you as much. Okay. What happened the next morning? Nathan, what do you think? What happened the next morning? Was his head was on a pillow or his head was on a book?
On a book.
On a book, that's right, you see? His head was on a book, so his daughter, when the rabbi woke up, she asked him, Abba, why did you put your head on the pillow? I had it right there. It's just, instead of putting your head down over here, put your head down over there. He said, my daughter, if I had enough energy to lift my head and put it on the pillow, I would have studied a little bit more. I used the last bit of energy I have, and then I fell asleep like that. I'm sorry. This is how I'm going to do this. If I can, I'll do it. So Yaakov Avinu doesn't go to sleep for 14 years, doesn't go to bed. He falls asleep on the benches in the Bet HaMidrash. He doesn't leave the place for 14 years, doesn't go to the room to go to sleep. And after 14 years, Yaakov Avinu goes to sleep. And he dreams a dream. You all know the dream with the angels, with the ladders going up and down, right? When he wakes up, he says, Mano ha'makom hazeh. Wow, it's a special, special, special place. I saw a pirush that mamash changed my view of how we understand this concept. Why is Yaakov Avinu so shocked? Look at this. This is the power of our machshava, the power of your mind. Baruch Hashem, you're in a place, in a facility, Bet HaMidrash, that brings you also, you have all the amenities, you have it right here. And you would understand why also. See, Yaakov Avinu, he was thinking to himself, 14 years, Lamadati Torah. 14 years, I'm studying Torah day and night. Not even going to bed. Now, I'm on the way, I have to go to sleep. So he sets himself a bed. You know, the Midrash says, Vaikach me'avnei hamakom, he put 12 different stones. When he woke up, it all became one, like the 12 tribes. He set himself a place to sleep. Now Yaakov Avinu thinks to himself, I'm probably now at the lowest of the lowest moments of my 14 years that I was. Davka, that moment, he has a dream. Angels going up and down. Why didn't he have a dream like that when he was in the yeshiva? Isn't the yeshiva a holy place? Yeshiva is a great place, right? He should have had a dream like that over there. He should have had a dream like that every night. He didn't. He didn't. Because he was there, he was at the Kedusha. He was at the holiness. Now, Yaakov goes to sleep and he says, I'm going to sleep, I'm going to rest. So tomorrow I can wake up in the morning and I can go do finally what my mother and father asked me to go and get a wife over there from Haran. At night he has a dream, angels going up and down. Yaakov wakes up, he said, what? Out of sleeping, I get this? Wow, manora makom hazeh. If you have a mindset today, after you finish here, you're going to the gym, you're going home. All day long I was over here. Give me a break. I need to have a little bit of a break. Let me go home to have a break. There was a Gemara, I think in Masechet Menachot, that there's a story there with Rav. Rav had some students that came to learn in the yeshiva from the Bik'ah, from the valley. It's far. They had to go through a forest. Now the forest, the yard that they used to have, it's not like our forest over here. There you had wild animals, and especially you had people that were ambushed there. They were ambushed there on the road. They know people passing by there, no one else can see them. They go and they stop people, they rob them, and most of the time also they kill them. So they asked Rav, those students that come in from the valley, are they protected when they come here? He says, Alai ve'al tzavari. He said, I guarantee, on my neck, like we say, I'm sure that they're going to be protected. They said, okay, great. Shlochei mitzvah enam nizokim. When you go to do a mitzvah, you're not going to be damaged. But they asked him, Rav, how about on the way back? On the way back, they're also going to be protected or not? What do you guys think? On the way back, they're going back home. They're not going to learn. They're not coming to the Bet HaMidrash. They're not coming to the yeshiva. So they asked the Rav. It's a good question, right? Says the Rav, lo yadana. Rav says, lo yadana. I don't know. What you don't know? Why don't you know? On the way here, you can guarantee that nothing bad is going to happen to them on the way back? You can't? Says Rav Barami, one of my rabbis I had in that Talmud Torah, that afterwards he wrote a couple of books. He said, you know why? Because Rav says, I don't know what is your mindset when you go back home. I don't know if you are now going home because you need a break. You had too much. That's it. Give me some break. Let me take out my phone now. Let me go look at things. Let me now. Or you're going home. Let me go rest a little bit so tomorrow I can come back again with energy, with kochot, with mentally like a mind that is going to be clear and sharp. Let me go eat something. Let me go eat. Let me go have a nice, I don't know what it is that you like, sushi, steak, pizza. Why am I having this? Because I want to be able to get stronger, to have the energy to go out there so I can come back and continue to do Torah and Mitzvot. So Rav says, if their mindset is to go back home to have a break, I don't know if they are protected. But if their mindset, I'm going home to rest in order to gain back the energy, they are protected. But I don't know. It depends on your mindset. That's what Yaakov Avinu is saying. Wow! I go to sleep over here and I see angels going up and down. You know that one of the explanations, why are the angels going up and down? There's many different explanations, right? One of them is the Malachim of Eretz Israel are now going up. The Malachim of outside of Eretz Israel are going back down. There's another explanation that it says that the Malachim, they were going up and they saw that on the throne, on the Kisei HaKavod, there's 4 images. One of an ox, one of an eagle, one of a lion, and one of a human. Which human is it? What face is it? Yaakov Avinu. And they're looking up, they're going down. They say, what is this? What's going on over here? They see Yaakov Avinu like that. Like that, you know, like he's zonked, he's forward, he's like, you know, have you ever been on those trips that you barely sleep, and let's say finally at like 4 o'clock in the morning you fell asleep for like 30 minutes, and your pictures and your friends that take a picture of you, right? And they say, look, he was sleeping, he fell asleep. And they say, you're like this? The angels, they were looking, they were saying, Maze, this guy is on the Kisei HaKavod and now he's sleeping he's like half dead. How could it be? And Dafka through that, he gets to see Malachim. You know why? Because it's his mindset. His mindset is saying, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this, whatever it is. I'm going to work. I'm going to the gym. I'm going to go on a trip. But I'm going because I want to come back to continue to do Torah Mitzvot even better. Then you are sanctifying even what you're doing outside. Even your workout in the gym is going to be a different level. Everything is going to be different. Even a dream that you were just half dead, it's going to have angels in it. Wow. And that's what the Malach of Esav now, when Yaakov, in this week parasha, when he fights with the Malach of Esav, the angel of Esav asks him, what's your name? Yaakov. Okay, Yaakov. He says, no, your name is not going to be Yaakov anymore. Yaakov is not, that's not going to be that. Yaakov means heels, right? The heel. The heel means דברים פרשת עקב. אלו דברים שאדם דש בעקביו. The things that you think that are not important. What's the big deal? What am I? Now I'm home. I'm doing this. No, those little things are it's the most important. That's what really connects you to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Not just here, when you're in the Bet HaMidrash. Out there as well. That's why you ask him, what's your name? He says, Yaakov. He says, no more Yaakov. Israel. What's Israel? Take the letters, switch them around. Israel, li rosh. You are my head. He's telling him, you're not my heel anymore. Yes, you were taking care of everything, of even the smallest thing, and now you'll be the head. So Yaakov Avinu says, so what's your name? He asked the angel, what's your name? What does the Malach answer? Lama ze tishal lishmi. What's the meaning of this? Why are you asking for my name? Some Mefarshim may say that was his name. Why are you asking? What do you care? What do you care what's my name, what's not my name? Why don't you shouldn't care? Today, one of the greatest things, Baruch Hashem, you come to a place like this, you come and you get a chance, you had the zchut to taste a bit of the Torah. You have the zchut to see, wow, so nice to be here in Shorashim with Rav Edri, Shorashim with Rav Levi. It's so nice to have the Chaverim together and to do this. Wow! You got a taste of that. But you remember how you were before? Before, if we wouldn't have even get you the taste of it, why do I need this? Why do I need to go there? Lama zeh tishal ishmi. You have friends, and like we said at the beginning, you have friends that didn't taste this yet. You have friends that don't know what's it like to have a real taste of a Torah, the enjoyment, the chaverim together, not just you learning, you together with everyone, spending Shabbat together with the family. They don't have that. And why they don't have it? Because they just don't care. I don't care, let me do my things. They don't realize what they're missing. What is Yaakov Avinu do? I want to know, what's your name? When you ask someone, what's your name? When you find out, recently, my mother-in-law, should give her a flash lema, okay, for my mother as well. She went a year ago, she went to Disneyland. I stayed behind, and she took one of the rides with my son. He's 8 years old, he was 7 years old. They went to one of those lazy rivers, you sit in a boat. She's an old lady, right? They went, one of those easy rides, not the crazy one that goes up and down. And the boat gets stuck. It got stuck in a certain place over there. It got jammed. Another boat came, paf. Another boat came, paf. Miskena, she has a problem with her back. She went already 2 surgeries. And now, she has to have someone comes to the house for the next few weeks. She's been having it for a few weeks already. Someone has to come and give her IV, antibiotic IV every day. So one of the first person that came in, I had to really come to the house for something really, really small. And he was sitting there waiting for her. I look at him, I said, "Hi, what's your name?" His name was McGill. "Hi, McGill. Wow, like the University of Montreal, McGill. Wow, very nice. Nice to meet you, McGill." When I left, I said, "Goodbye, McGill." My mother-in-law told me afterwards, he says, "You have no idea what impression you made on that man." I said, "What do you mean?" "I barely spoke to him." He says, "No, you asked for his name, right?" I said, "Yes, I did." "And you said you told him goodbye. You told him goodbye. Goodbye, McGill." He said, "Yes, I did. So what?" He says, "He was so impressed. You remembered his name. You called out his name. You asked for his name." Someone that cares, that's what they do. I'm not just saying about myself. Lama zeh tish'al lishmi? Why are you asking for my name? The Malach says, what do you care? Lama, what do you need to know? But because every single one of us has a name. A name means that I have an effect on someone. I have a name in the world. I have a certain something that I'm going to, that my job here in this world. It reminds me of a story. How much time?
7 more.
7 more minutes. Okay. Okay, I'll share with you this powerful, powerful story. And with that, maybe we're going to end. What is the power of a name, of a power of an individual? There was, in the Catskills, I heard this story from Rabbi Pesach Khan. In the Catskills, there was a little kollel, a summer kollel for teachers, for rabbis, that in order to prepare for the next year teaching, in the summertime they sit down, the 3-4 weeks that they're there, and they learn together, they prepare the Gemarot, the Mishnayot, because in the yeshivot, right, most of the time, all the yeshivot, they do the same Gemara that year, right? So they're sitting down there, they prepared it. Some of my students probably heard this from me before, right? So they're sitting down and they learn. So this man that organized it was the Rosh Kollel. He comes in at the beginning of the summer. Oh Hashem, many people are sitting down learning. And this is a Kollel. They had someone that was, thank God, he was sponsoring them to make sure all those rabbis are sitting down and learning, and they're getting also a little pay for that as well. But one of the guys there, he didn't recognize him. He's sitting there and he's learning. So he went over to him. Hi, what's your name? You know, he says, Rabbi, I hope I'm not bothering. I know I have to tell you something. I said, what's going on? He says, Hashem Yishmor, this person says he has a tumor in the head, a brain tumor. And mamash, it pains him so much, but when he learns Torah, forgets about everything. He says, do you mind if I learn Torah over here? The rabbi says, do I mind? Do you have a chavruta? He says, no, I don't have. Can you be my chavruta? What, Rabbi? Yes, you'll be my chavruta. Okay. They're sitting down, they're learning another day, another week. One of the days, the Rosh Kollel comes in. He looks, he doesn't see his chavruta, that man, he doesn't see it in the place. He looks around, he sees him over there in a corner, sitting like that, head down. He goes up to him, Makore, why aren't you coming to learn? He says, Rabbi, I tell you the truth, I'm very discouraged, I'm very sad. I said, why? He said, well, look at this. All of you guys are rabbis. All of you guys are rabbis. You're going to be teaching this. Too many students after. What am I? Like, what's the difference with I know this page of Gemara, I know another Mishnah, I understand another line of question and She'elah. What does it matter even? The rabbi stopped for a second. He says, let me explain to you. It just happened to be that last night I was driving back from Brooklyn to Catskills, upstate New York. This is 20 years ago. He said, Dad, turn on the radio. You remember what's a radio? Turn on the radio. I was listen to one of those talk shows. Those talk shows, it was a guy there that he was interviewed. He wrote a book, a biography book, on a guy named Saloniki. Saloniki was a conductor. You know, this guy that goes up with the hands like this, right? And in front of the whole musician, hundreds of musicians, and he's the one that conducts. And he said there was one time this guy, he said he was preparing his book, biography book, talk about. And what did he do? At the end of the life of this Saloniki, this great conductor, he would go with him. He would spend a lot of time with him, days and days and days. One day, Saloniki tells him, listen, tomorrow night, don't come. 8 o'clock, please leave me alone. What's going on? He says, tomorrow night I want to listen to the radio. There is a concert playing nearby. I can't go, I'm too old. But I don't want to have any distractions, so please, don't come. Tomorrow don't come. He says, I beg you, I would love to see you watch it. I would be in a side, I wouldn't make a noise, don't worry. He says, Bemet? Really? He said, okay, fine. In that case, you can be over there. So he comes the next day, he listens to make a long story short, at the end of this concert, Saloniki turns off the radio and he's all upset. Disaster. Zebaya, wow, it wasn't nice. Now, this guy understands a little bit about music. If he's doing a biography about him, he must understand a little bit. He goes to Saloniki and says, sir, can you please explain to me what was the problem? He says, what, you didn't hear? He says, no, what was the problem? He said, there was one violinist missing. Wow. He's in his mind, he's scared. He's getting too old. Right? His mind is playing tricks on him. How can he know there's a violinist missing? But he kept quiet. The next day, this guy, this writer, he calls the conductor that did that concert. And he said to him, listen, last night I was listening to this concert, to your concert. You're the one that did it? Yes. With Saloniki. At the end, he was very upset. He said there was one violinist missing. Is that true? Now you have to understand, there was 120 musicians there. 20 violinists. The conductor that did it, he says, he's right. I only had 19. One had a family emergency last minute. Didn't show up. I couldn't take someone else. Wow. How did he know? I mean, he listened to it over the radio and he knew what one violinist is missing. So he went back to Saloniki and he says, you know, I have to apologize to you. Last night when he told me it wasn't that good, I didn't really believe it. I said, no, how can you know that there's one violinist missing? He says to him the following, and this is what really shocked him. This is what really touched the rabbi as well. He said, when I'm a conductor, I need to know every single one of my musicians, what is their role, how is their pitch, what tune they play on. And if I am a conductor, I need to understand that if he's not there, sitting down and playing the right tune, for me, it's a fail. But I need to know, because I'm a conductor. I know, I understand, I see the pitch of every single one. He says, that's why for me, it's a disaster. The rabbi turns to this man with the tumor. He said to him, listen, you have to understand something. Hashem is a conductor. Hashem, he makes this world sing in a beautiful harmony. A beautiful, beautiful harmony is playing. Now, every single one of us has his own pitch, has his own tune. Every single one of us has a reason why he is learning, why he is davening, why he is singing right now. Every single one of us. And even more than that, and if you're not doing, if you're not learning, it makes such a big difference to Hashem, it's a disaster. What? My child is not learning? My child is not doing tefillah? What? For him? Wow! It's not the same music anymore. He said, what do you think over here? All those rabbis, yes, they're going to be teaching other people all these things that they're learning over here. But your learning is also important. You are part of this musician, of the group of this orchestra, orchestra, right? You are part of it. And if you're not playing, it messes up the whole thing. Wow. The man heard that, he was like so inspired. He says, you know what? That's it. Every time he open up his Gemara and he says, I am studying for the conductor. I'm learning for him now. And he started learning like that the rest of the summer. A few months pass, and in the middle of the winter, this rabbi, Sof Kolel, he sees the son of this man. And he says to him, how is your father? He says, well, who are you? I don't know you. He says, well, I was learning with him in the summer. He says, hold on a second. You're the one that told him the story with the conductor, Saloniki? He says, yes, that was me. He said, I have to tell you something. My father passed away a few weeks ago. But until his last day, every day he opened up the Gemara and he said, today I'm learning for the conductor, for HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Hashem needs to listen to my voice as well. Every single one of you makes a big, big difference. That's the connection with the Torah. And like we said in the beginning, Israel kudsha brichu ve'oraita chadu. It's all one thing. It's all one thing. We connect to each other, we bring friends, you bring someone else over here, right? And you open up the Torah and you learn. Together with HaKadosh Baruch Hu, you are learning and you are playing for the conductor for HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Your music is the most beautiful thing. Your learning, your tefillah is the most beautiful thing. Hashem is eager and waiting to hear that. And that is the real beautiful orchestra music that is going to be playing to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Bezrat Hashem, thank you so much for giving me the chance to speak over here with you and to be mitchazek with you together.